And did you come to leave the party at some point?
I did.
And why did you leave the party?
Miss Leifer had shut it down.
How did you leave the party?
With Jack Snyder,
Anybody else?
Tyler De Silva, my girlfriend at the time, Will Sinjwald needed a ride, so he came. Same with Keenan and Dimitri.
So there were, at that point, 7 of you in Mr. Snyder's car?
Yes.
Where were you seated in Mr. Snyder's car?
Behind the driver?
And Mr. Snyder was driving?
Yes.
And who was in the passenger seat?
Tyler De Silva?
You were seated behind Mr. Snyder.
Yes.
And where was Ms. Trafficante seated?
Sit on my lap.
Who was beside you and Ms. Trafficante?
To my right, it was Will Sinjwald, and then to his right, it was Keenan.
To his right was Keenan Prasik?
Yes.
He was against the passenger side rear door?
Yes.
And where was Mr. Arfanis?
In the trunk.
Was there a plan at that point for what to do?
It was still kind of early in the night, so we were looking for another place to go if there was another party and where we were going to go next.
At that point, did you have any weapons on you?
No.
Were you planning to go fight anyone?
No.
Did you see anybody else in your group with weapons?
No.
What was Jack Snyder doing at this point?
Just driving?
Did you know where he was driving you to?
No.
What was Tyler De Silva doing at this point?
In the front talking to Jack?
Could you hear what they were saying?
No.
And what was the music like if it was on?
Loud?
And what were you doing at this point?
Just talking to my girlfriend and Will. Conversating.
And were you doing any texting at this point on your phone?
No.
Did you have your phone with you?
Yes.
Did other people have their cell phones with them?
Yes.
Could you see anybody on their cell phone at that point?
I saw Jack Snyder on and off his phone while driving.
And where did the car go?
We ended up at Trumbull High School.
You say you ended up at Trumbull High School. Is that someplace that you'd been before?
Only for football games.
As the car was driving, did you know that you were heading towards Trumbull High School?
No.
And what was going on when you arrived at Trumbull High School?
There was a couple cars from the party before that were also trying to figure out what to do.
And did Jack Snyder stop the car there?
Yes.
Did you see anyone there that you knew?
Yes.
Who?
The car closest to us was a car full of girls, and there was 3 of them that were in my grade.
Okay. Do you remember who they were?
I only remember the driver.
And who was that?
Maya Fagan.
I'm sorry?
Maya Fagan.
How did you know Maya Fagan?
She was a friend of mine in the same grade. She was also a cheerleader.
Did she know Ms. Trafficante?
Yes.
And did Mr. Snyder park the car?
Yes.
And what did the people in Mr. Snyder's car do?
A few people got out. No, I don't think anybody stayed in the car.
Did you get out of the car?
At one point, yes.
And did Ms. Trafficante get out of the car?
Yes.
And what did you do when you got out of the car?
Talked to the car full of girls.
Okay. And did you see what the other people were doing?
I saw Jack and Tyler go over to another car, and I can't remember what Dimitri and Keenan were doing.
You saw Jack and Tyler go over to another car?
Yes.
Do you know who was in that other car?
No.
Did there come a time when folks got back into Mr. Snyder's car?
Yes.
What led to people getting back into Mr. Snyder's car?
Everybody was getting back in their cars, and I was assuming we had someplace to go now.
You say you were assuming that you had someplace to go. Was there a plan at that point of where to go?
One of the girls in the other car had told me about
Objection as to what they said.
Without telling us what anybody said, and as you understood it, was there a plan to go somewhere else at that point when you got back into Jack Snyder's car?
another party in Trumbull.
Another party in Trumbull?
Yes.
And Did you at some point become aware of a group chat that was going on?
Yes.
Was this a group chat that you had created?
No.
Were you a part of this group chat?
Yes.
How did you become a part of this group chat?
I got added to it.
You got added to it? How did you know that you had been added to it?
As soon as you're added to a group chat and people are texting in it, you get a notification that pops up.
And did you get a notification?
Yes.
When you got that notification, did you look at your phone?
Yes.
And what was the nature of the texts that were going back and forth on this group chat?
There was a lot of people in it, and they were just talking crap to each other back and forth.
Did you know any of the people that were in that group chat?
Yes.
Who?
A couple of my friends I noticed were in there from my football team. Some kids that weren't even around, they were at farmhouses in different states or stuff like that.
Did you ask Jack Snyder or Tyler De Silva to add you to the group chat?
No.
Did you ask anyone to add you to the group chat?
No.
And what was the tone of the group chat?
Not positive. It was just people talking shit to each other, pretty much.
Did you participate in the group chat after you were added?
Yes.
What was the nature of your participation in the group chat?
Around the same time we were leaving Trumbull High School, I texted in it.
Do you recall how many texts you sent?
No.
Do you recall how many texts you received?
No.
This occurred while you were leaving Trumbull High School?
Around the same time, yeah.
Did there come a point when you realized that you were not going to another party in Trumbull?
Yes.
How did you come to realize that you weren't going to another party in Trumbull?
After driving for a little bit, Jack had turned down the music, and I asked him where we were going.
Okay. And what did you learn from Jack at that point?
He said
Objection as to what he said.
As to what Jack said.
I asked what he learned.
You just can't tell us what Jack said. Okay, it's what you learned upon speaking.
So what did you learn from Jack about where you were going or where he was driving the car?
we were going to a house in Shelton,
And do you recall what the address of the house in Shelton was?
43 Laurel Glen.
Was that an address that you had seen in the group chat?
Yes.
Was that an address that you were familiar with before having seen it in the group chat?
No.
Had you ever been to 43 Laurel Glen Drive before?
No.
Did you know whose home that was?
No.
Did you remain in the group chat?
No.
When you say no, did you leave the group chat?
Yes.
And how do you leave a group chat?
You click on the top, and then there's a little drop down that you can click leave.
Is that what you did?
Yes.
Why did you leave the group chat?
While they were going back and forth, there was a picture sent into the group chat.
What was that picture?
It was just a group of kids, and upon looking at the picture, I noticed that I recognized a few of the kids that were in the picture.
And how did you recognize those kids that were in the picture?
A couple of the kids, I wouldn't say I was friends with, but I had seen them at other parties, drank together, stuff like that.
Did you recognize any of those kids from 5 Lazy Brook?
I don't remember.
Did you understand that those were the same kids that were texting the address of 43 Laurel Glen Drive?
Yes.
Were those kids that you saw in that selfie kids from St. Joe's?
No.
Why did seeing that picture cause you to leave the group chat?
I don't want problems with people I'm like cool with.
Did Mr. Snyder continue to participate in the group chat?
Objection, he says he left, so how would he know?
If you know,
There's no foundation.
we could know, I just don't know. So I'll overrule it if you know.
At the time, I did not know.
Did you know if Mr. De Silva continued to participate in the group chat?
At the time, I did not know.
And what were you doing at this point in the car?
Talking to Will, I think we were drinking. I can't really remember.
Where was Miss Traficante at this point?
Still on my lap.
And did anyone in the car indicate that they knew where Mr. Snyder was driving?
No?
Did Mr. Snyder appear upset to you?
A little bit.
When you say a little bit, what about his appearance indicated to you that he was upset?
At Trumbull High School, there was a few people like teasing him for basically losing.
Did Mr. De Silva appear upset to you in the car?
No.
Did Ms. Traficante appear upset to you in the car?
No.
Did Mr. Sinjwald, Mr. Arfanis, or Mr. Frasick appear upset to you while they were in the car?
No.
Did you notice another car following your car?
No.
And did Mr. Snyder ultimately drive the car somewhere and stop?
Yes.
Did you recognize where that was?
No.
What did you see when the car stopped?
I saw a yard, and then kids started coming up to the car.
When you say you saw a yard, had you ever been to that house before?
No.
Did Mr. Snyder indicate to you that he knew the people that were at this house where you'd stopped?
No.
Did Mr. De Silva indicate to you that he knew the people at this house where he'd stopped?
I'm going to object at this point. It's leading, and it calls for almost like a hearsay response as to what they indicated to him.
I will overrule it based on the form of the question.
Can you repeat the question?
Sure. Did you have any indication that Mr. Snyder or Mr. De Silva knew any of the folks that were at this house?
Definitely not Jack. I think maybe Tyler said something.
Do you see behind you an exhibit that's up there on the easel?
Yes.
Can I approach you on? I just need to refresh my recollection. So on the easel behind you, Mr. Valle, is State's Exhibit 52. Do you see that?
Yes.
And do you recognize that as the address which Mr. Snyder parked his car at?
At the time, you couldn't really see much, so now
Okay.
I'm...
Well, can you put us there? Describe for us what could you see when you arrived there?
I wasn't really looking around. The only thing I saw was kids coming up to the car.
And how many kids did you see coming up to the car?
I want to say it was like rows of people. There was about 10. And then at the max, it was probably 30.
And what did these people that you saw do?
At first, I had my window rolled up. I didn't know if I saw anybody I knew. Jack started conversating. Tyler started conversating. And then I saw somebody I recognized.
Who did you recognize?
Ricky Fiola.
How did you recognize Ricky Fiola?
I've drank with him before at parties. Just hung out with him a couple times at parties that we were both invited to.
And these people, did they stay on the driver's side of the vehicle?
No,
Where did they go?
all around the car.
Did they surround the car?
Yes.
Objection, leading.
I'll allow it.
Did these people go in the front of the car?
Yes.
Did these people go on the passenger side of the car?
Yes.
Did these people go in the rear of the car?
Yes.
Did you feel surrounded by these people?
Yes.
Once these people were on all sides of the car, what did Jack Snyder do, if anything?
I couldn't really hear his conversation. I was having my own conversation. So at that time, nothing.
Where was Ms. Traficante at that point?
Still on my lap.
Okay. Did there come a time when she was no longer on your lap?
Only when we got out of the car.
Do you recall her climbing into the trunk area of the vehicle?
No.
Where was Mr. Sinjwald?
Still to my right.
Where was Mr. Arfanis?
Still in the trunk.
And where was Mr. Frasick?
Still in the rear passenger.
And the conversation that you've described Mr. Snyder as having, without telling us what he was saying, how would you describe the tone of that conversation he was having?
At first it was fine, and then it got really aggressive.
What about it was really aggressive?
There was a few kids shouting at him.
A few kids?
Yes.
And what was, you've described Mr. De Silva as having a conversation. What was the nature of that conversation like?
His was also peaceful.
And did it remain peaceful?
Yes.
And you said you were having a conversation.
Yes.
Was that a peaceful conversation?
Yes.
Did that remain peaceful?
Yes.
Did you throw anything outside the window of your car?
No.
Did you see Mr. Snyder throw anything outside the car?
No.
Did you see Mr. De Silva throw anything outside the car?
No.
Did you see anyone inside your vehicle throw anything outside the car?
No.
Are you certain that people were on all sides of the vehicle?
Yes.
And you've described at least one of these conversations as taking a turn and becoming more aggressive. When you say more aggressive, you described yelling.
Yes.
And could you see the faces of the people that were outside the vehicle?
No.
Could you hear threats?
Not that I can remember.
Could you see people hitting the car?
Yes.
What did that feel like inside the car?
It's weird to describe. I've never been in a situation like that. They were just punching and kicking and hitting the car from everywhere.
On all sides of the vehicle?
Yes.
Could you tell if things were being thrown at the car?
At the time, all I heard was the banging and stuff.
Loud bangs?
Yes.
Did you hear glass shattering?
No.
When you got in the vehicle that evening with Mr. Snyder, did you see a shatter in the windshield?
No.
Did you see Mr. Snyder with any weapons at that point?
No.
Could you see what was in Mr. Snyder's lap?
No.
Did you have a weapon?
No.
Did you have anything in your hands?
No.
Could you feel the car begin to rock?
Yes.
And did you see anybody on the rear bumper?
No, I didn't look backwards.
Did you begin to worry?
Yes.
Did you begin to feel unsafe?
I'm going to object. This is leading.
How were you feeling as the car was rocking and the hands were hitting the car and other things were hitting the car?
Nervous and a bit of panic.
You say a bit of a panic. Had you ever been that panicked before?
No.
Did you feel like you could get out of the car?
No.
Objection. Leading.
I'll allow that, but just keep an eye on the leading questions.
Why didn't you feel like you could get out of the car?
Because there were so many people surrounding the car.
Could you see the faces of the other people in your car?
The only face I remember looking at was Tyler.
What did Tyler's face look like?
Pretty scared.
Do you remember what Ms. Trafficante was doing at that point?
No, I don't remember.
Did it seem to you that the situation in the car was calming down?
No.
I'm going to.
Great objection, counsel, but I would have sustained the objection. I'll allow the answer to stand.
Had you ever been in a car before while it was being attacked?
No.
What sorts of things did you worry about as you sat there with the car surrounded and being rocked?
Mainly that they were going to break the windows
Why did you worry that they were going to break the windows?
because they were punching them.
Did you worry that anything else might happen if they broke the windows?
At the time, I was just wondering why Jack wasn't driving.
Could you tell if the car was still on at that point?
Yes, it was.
How did you think it was going to end at that point?
Objection, that calls for speculation.
Sustained.
What did you expect was going to happen next?
That they were going to break the windows.
Did you have a plan if they did that?
No.
Anything about the demeanor of the people on the outside of the car lead you to believe that they were going to stop?
I'm going to object. That calls for speculation as well.
I'll overrule it.
No.
And did you see anyone in your car with a weapon at that time?
Objection asked and answered.
Sustained.
At some point, did Jack finally move the car?
Yes.
And where did it go?
Straight.
Did you know where you were?
No.
Had you ever been in that neighborhood before?
No.
And did Jack ever stop the car?
Yes.
Could you see anyone outside the car when Jack stopped the vehicle?
No.
Going to, may I approach again, Your Honor? Take this one down from behind you. What you're looking at there is State's Exhibit 1. When Jack stopped the vehicle, do you have the pointer there with you?
Yes.
Can you use that pointer to show us on State's Exhibit 1 where you remember him stopping the vehicle? Your Honor, can the record reflect that the witness has pointed to the area just before the intersection of Farmhouse Lane and Laurel Glen Drive in front of what has been identified before as 36 Laurel Glen Drive?
All right, so noted on the record. Thank you.
And what did you do when Jack stopped the car?
My girlfriend at the time was crying and asking to get out.
Question is, what did you do when Jack stopped the car?
I got out.
Did it seem safe to get out at that point?
Yes.
Did you see anyone from the house that you had just left at that point?
No.
And where did you go when you got out?
Side of the road.
Can you show us on Exhibit 1 there which side of the road? May the record reflect, Your Honor, that the witness is pointing to the side of the road opposite from what has previously been identified as 36 Laurel Glen Drive.
So noted on the record. Thank you.
Did anyone else get out with you at that point?
Yes.
Who?
Tyler De Silva and my girlfriend at the time, Mackenzie.
Okay. Did anybody else get out?
No.
And when Mr. De Silva got out, where did he go?
At first, he was right next to me.
And when Ms. Trafficante got out, where did she go?
She went to the end of the road.
And so, in your recollection, the other occupants of Mr. Snyder's vehicle did not get out of the car?
No.
Where did Mr. Snyder drive the car at that point?
Straight.
Did you see where he went?
No.
Could you see any of the folks from 43 Laurel Glen Drive, the house that you had left?
No.
At some point, did you see any of those folks again?
Yes.
When was that?
When they came running down the road.
And what were they doing when you saw them come running down the road?
I believe screaming and just running.
Were they throwing anything?
Yes.
And do you recall what they were throwing?
I believe only one person threw like a water bottle.
Did it hit you?
No.
Did it hit anything?
I believe it hit the car, but I wasn't really looking.
Did you have any interactions with the kids from 43 Laurel Glen Drive?
Yes.
Who do you recall interacting with from 43 Laurel Glen Drive?
Tyler Rich and Ricky Fiola.
And when you were interacting with Tyler Rich, what was that interaction like?
At first, he just ran past me and chased the car until it fully drove off. And after that, they all kind of started walking away. He was kind of asking people to walk away.
Okay. Did you have any one-on-one interactions with Mr. Rich?
Yes.
What happened between you and Mr. Rich?
As he was walking away, he came up to me and sprayed WD-40 in my eye.
Did you do anything to him when he sprayed WD-40 in your eyes?
No.
Had you done anything to him prior to him spraying you in the eyes with WD-40?
No.
Did you see the can close enough to be able to identify it as WD-40?
Yes.
What did you do after he sprayed you in the eyes with the WD-40?
I started holding my eye.
Did you attack him?
No.
Did you have a weapon on you at that point?
Yes.
You did.
Yes.
What weapon did you have on you at that point?
I had a knife in my pocket.
Where did you get the knife from?
Before Jack left, he tossed it to me.
Okay, let's back it up a little bit. Before Jack left,
Yes.
when did Jack leave?
When he dropped off me, Mackenzie, and Tyler at the end of the road.
Before the Shelton High kids came?
Yes.
Put us there. Tell me how Mr. Snyder gives you this knife.
Mackenzie exited the vehicle. I got out right behind her, and then Tyler got out from the passenger. Me and Tyler were standing on the side of the road. Right before Jack's about to drive off, he says,
Objection as to what he says.
You can't tell us what anybody else says. You can tell us what they did.
he tossed a knife.
And what did you do when he tossed the knife?
At first, it hit me and then fell on the floor. I picked it up and said, "What are you giving me a knife for?"
And what did Mr. Snyder do at that point?
He said,
Objection, hearsay.
Can't tell us what Mr. Snyder said.
Your Honor, I would claim it not for the truth of the matter so much as the effect on the listener.
You want to lay the foundation for that because I'm going to ask the jury to leave just. You need for tonight.